Hello, everybody. Anyone? My name is Christopher Wood. I am 52 years old. Thanks for anybody who may tune in. And I am a 5-year revenge, 6 almost revenge retaliation, full physical brain injury, skull split, lung and kidney damage, kidnapped, sex assaulted, blood and piss stealing, false arrested for pictures, prints, signatures for forgeries, framings, and frauds. I am a revenge retaliation victim of Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, criminal doctors, the Justice of the Peace, 3 mental health workers, an ex-inmate, psych ward, sex offenders, sex slave trafficking, junkie, accomplices who are working with and for OPP for free drugs protection, which protects the police also, and drop charges. Lies, time buying, cover ups, arrest refusals, false arrest, extortion. The reason I spoke OPP crimes back in late 2018, 2019, as a result of August of 2019, I was shot by something in my right ear by ex-OPP chief or commander before he left Napanee. Him and somebody in a black truck on the corner of Bridge and Center Street. After that, I started having problems, wondering what was going on. I went to the hospital to in November of that year. I got an appointment for a CAT scan done. I go to the hospital for my CAT scan, and one of the women that are involved, a mental health worker named Stacy, was at the hospital talking to the doctor before my appointment, telling her that she was allegedly there for my benefit, for anxiety, and for all of this other bullshit. I had no anxiety about getting a CAT scan done, and I had no association with her in any way, shape, or form, or mental health. She had no business or right to be there in any way, shape, or form. I get my CAT scans done. I wanted to see the results. I was told I am not going to see them. I need medication. Not knowing what the fuck was going on, come to find out that after Stacy had talked to the doctor that done my CAT scan, who happens to be her girlfriend, falsified my medical files for discrimination, for treatment refusals, and for medical blacklisting through lies that were told against me from Stacy, who is involved with the human trafficking, human sex trade, slavery trafficking, homeless exploitation for monetary gain, and other crimes that were taking place at a place called the Morning Star Mission, and possible money laundering. OPP who were involved in human trafficking, torture crimes, sex slavery, stalking, kidnapping, sex assaults, ending bloodlines by full physical identity theft and changes on victims, completely and totally fucking their brains and keeping them from help while falsely having them charged to prevent anything legal on anyone in an attempt to fuck over their victims. I've been going through this for 6 almost years. Once again, ex-OPP chief or commander, year 2019, he is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Staff sergeant, years 2019, 2021, kidnapping and sodomy, sex assault. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward, Stacy, the mental health worker that was Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS, and Shelley Hafner, OPP and AMHS as well, had me kidnapped May 27th, 2021, 24 hours after me asking for help with what has taken place with me. They got my blood, my piss. They found out what they done. They turned around and they left. It was under false pretenses in an attempt to get me kept through incompetency bullshit. Once again, lies about that. And actually, I was lied about and said that my age was actually 62 years old, or 60 years old. Sorry, I am only 52. There is also Spencer Mills, 14716. He showed up at my place actually after I was shot. Him and a guy from mental health, pretty much to let me know that if I did not stop talking about what was taking place out of the Morning Star mission, there'd be serious consequences, and he was 100% right. Stalking. My mother was stalked, my mother was tortured, and my mother was murdered. Stalking on me, the kidnapping, the lies, the medical blacklisting, no matter how much one can show, no matter how much one can prove, it will do no good. My legal rights, my medical rights, my human rights have been taken. Ontario Provincial Police, the ones named, are involved with murdered and missing. When people disappear, it is through full physical identity thefts, it is through full lobotomies, it is through file falsifications to keep their victims medically blacklisted, and also covering up crimes with and for OPP themselves and everybody else involved. The justice of the peace is involved. Threats, intimidations, accusations, stating I was high on marijuana and hallucinating being sodomized by staff sergeant and one of the people involved, a guy known as Bill Waldridge, which I am going to show his picture right now. He thinks that he and I were switched at birth. He thinks that he is my dad. And he thinks that he is also Harry Potter, but he was stalking my mother and calling my mother mom as well. The guy is now bald, glasses, approximately 70 years old. He used to live on Water Street in Napanee. He has many alias names. He goes by Bill Waldridge, Bill Coldridge, Bill Delarosable. Stephen Mavis, James Bubbles, and Robert Cross are some of his alias names. He is highly delusional, highly psychotic. Once again, he was stalking my mother and calling my mother mom, and thinks that he and I were switched at birth, and also my dad. And there was a date that he caused her death, December 20th, 2020, and it was through OPP, Spencer Mills, 14716, and Stacy, because of the bullshit lies they told him. And with him being in a permanent psychosis and being mentally fucked up, he actually believed it. This is a serial killer, alleged OPP, Ontario Provincial Police Constable Detective Blair Frederick Gerbler Hardy Kane. He is guilty of rapes, financial thefts and frauds, welfare, disability, identity thefts and frauds, insurance frauds, bank frauds, forgeries, and multiple. He's guilty of meth trafficking. He is a meth trafficker, and he is guilty of multiple homicides with and for OPP. He is the alleged brother or stepson to drug cop Robert Kane, 7224. And none of these people can be arrested without $22,000 conveniently. This guy here, I know it's kind of hard to see, but his name is Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne. He is a meth trafficker, he is a fentanyl trafficker. He sells laced fentanyl between Napanee and Kingston, committing drug overdose homicides and getting away with it. He is a stroke victim, but he is still very dangerous. He is guilty of criminal stalking on me. He is guilty of torture crimes on me. He is guilty of attempted murder on me as well. I have pictures where I look exactly like the lowlife, and I am no relation, and I am a lot older than him. I'm 52, and I think he's only about 45. He is a serious crackhead, and he is seriously fucking delusional. This guy here, he is a well-known sex offender, and he is guilty of torture crimes on me. He is involved with my identity theft, which I have been through. He is guilty of attempted homicide as well, and he is an alleged pimp. This guy here, his name is Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns. He actually thinks that I am a wolf. He is guilty of criminal stalking. He is guilty of torture crimes. He is guilty of attempted paralyzing me. He is guilty of brain injuring me, skull splitting me, and being involved with my identity theft. I have pictures and videos where I look exactly like him, including the same cockeye that he has. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. He is a registered child sex offender, and he is a speedhead. This guy here, his name is Bert the Butt Plug Hustler, Bert Hitman Hustler. He thinks that he was an ex-NHL hockey player for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers. He is an obsessed homosexual. He is a meth head, crackhead, and a morphine pillhead. He is guilty of criminal stalking, torture crimes on me. He is highly obsessed and jealous of the long hair that I used to have before I had to shave my head because of the deforming and torture I was going through to prove it was happening. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit, all with and for OPP. This guy here, his name is Brandon Berry. He's guilty of torture crimes on me. He's guilty of attempted sex assault, actually, the little punk bastard. He is guilty of attempted murder on me, and he is also allegedly a baby killer beater. Alleged, I'm not sure about it. Child groomer Raymond LeBlanc. He used to live in Brampton or Brantford, Ontario, and he got chased out of that city for being a child molester. He is a child groomer. He is guilty of criminal stalking. He is guilty of torturing and killing my dog, Runt, in March 24th, 2023, actually. He is guilty of torture crimes on me, criminal stalking, and attempted murder. He is a meth trafficker with and for OPP Robert Keane. This is the ones known as Bill Wooldridge and Blair Hardy again. They are the owners of OPP. They are the ones that OPP take the orders from in Napanee, Ontario, and this is why nobody can be arrested without $22,000. When you can implicate people in your crimes, you become untouchable. Shit. This is Dale Hartwick. He is guilty of torture crimes on me. He is guilty of skull splitting me, brain injuring me. He is guilty of being involved with identity theft on me and attempted murder with intent to commit for drop charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife or ex-wife's boyfriend. He is also my cousin as well. And he actually told me he was involved with crimes with OPP. Doing this to me, he's fucked up and let it slip out. This is Tyler T. He is guilty of torturing and killing my dog, Run, with Raymond LeBlanc, March 24th, 2023. He is guilty of death threats. He is guilty of throwing blood on a previous address. He is guilty of attempted arson on a previous address, him and another guy. He is guilty once again of torturing and killing my dog and attempted murder on me. He is Robert Kane, OPP drug cop #1, rat informant, fall down piece of shit little bastard. He is approximately 30 years old, And I actually have it in print where I was doing a live video and he was imitating a kidnapping against an OPP cop by somebody impersonating a cop. This, once again, is Jason Gimpy Two-Step in Allstein. He is guilty of attempted murder and a possible homicide in 2021 for OPP. And I have no feeling in my face. My brain has been seriously fucking injured. My skull has been seriously deformed. I go through complete total numbing on a daily basis. And I'm medically blacklisted, so no matter what happens to me, there is fuck all I can do. This guy here, he is also my cousin. His name is Harry Hartwig. He is involved with crimes on me. He is a child groomer and a sex offender. He is guilty of torture crimes on me, being involved with brain injuring, skull splitting, and attempted murder on me. He is also guilty of very serious crimes on me as a child in Winnipeg, Manitoba, to the point of even stripping my clothes down off of me, stripping me naked, and putting tuck tape on my testicles, making me stand in the corner for 4 hours because I would not eat a pickled onion. He is very seriously sadistic, and he is very seriously dangerous regardless of his age. Shit. Here's some of the actual physical identity changes I have been through. I have my name tattooed on my hand. Now the only difference is I have a tree with it. But all of these are 100% real. Full physically fucking changed. This has been going on slowly with me over the course of 6 years. While this has been taking place with me, I have stuff inside me and I am being prevented from helping proof. And I am going to prove that I do have it inside me. But I mean actual medical proof. These are some of the identity changes I've been through still. Once again, the only difference now is I have this tree with my name, but all my other tattoos. Serious skull deforming. My skull's been flattened, widened, rounded out, elongated, shortened, in many different shapes and sizes. I went to the hospital one time and I was told, take off my hat, put it back on, it fits, you're fine. Here's one of those times, those pictures. There's very seriously dangerous criminal doctors involved. The one that falsified my medical files, girlfriend to Stacy, and guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit and cover up from falsify my medical file to prevent me help for discrimination and medical blacklisting, including even having me falsely charged in an attempt to fuck me over and cover up crimes against me through them. Once again, Dr. Margie V, a.k.a. Tatiana V, Tatiana Vukadinovic, girlfriend to Stacy. ones who are guilty of criminally negligent and discrimination with intent to commit and cover up: Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Waldron, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. McGregor, ex-CEO Cubby Duck, and patient relations are all criminally negligent, involved in co-committing and covering up crimes against me and themselves and for everyone else. It's organized trafficking, framing, medical blacklisting, torture crimes, full physical identity changes done. My mother tortured and killed, my dogs fucking killed, and not being able to do a thing about it because they work with them for OPP. When they want somebody killed, they assure it. And I am also the end of my bloodline as well. Families are murdered and missing. There is also a reserve police involved as well. There is Lennox and Annington, Ontario Provincial Police. There is the reserve cop involved, him and his brother. There is Wellington Police involved, and possibly Aurelia OPP as well, through one Spencer Mills. Once again, when people disappear, I would seriously check the police and criminal doctors, especially if it's around Napanee. Look at that difference. I actually, before this was a couple years ago, I had to shave my head because of me going through so many deformings and being called the delusional, hallucinating retard through doctors. And I am going to show it right now. Here's another picture that's seriously done. I've not had any surgeries either. My spine has been completely fucked on me. My right side of my body has been completely fucked on me. When I eat, my food goes to the right side of my body, not my stomach. I get piss and shit going through my face and my head all the time. Even I am being seriously mutilated and decayed, and I have no medical rights. It's my skull again. It looks like it's actually been cut, and I've not had any surgeries either. I had not been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years prior to being shot. Look at my spine, and I now have a tube that goes from my groin to my right nipple, to my throat, to the back of my head, and up to the top of my head, where I get piss and shit going through it. Here's a picture of my skull totally flat, and then it looks like I have fingers coming through my head. Okay. Here's one picture of my neck. Torture crimes done to me. Here's another picture. And then there is that tube that goes from my groin to my right nipple to my throat to the back of my head. And my head swells up all the time. I get air and fluid going through me as well. And that's not normal. No resemblance at all now, and this is only a few months old. I am also been blinded in my right eye as well. It glosses over all the time. And yet that's normal. I no longer have vision on this eye anymore. I've been blinded as well. Anyway, I hope this is seen. Shit, I realize I got a like, thank you, and I didn't even see who was watching me, and I apologize for that. Well, I was just in a big ramble and in my own little world, but I have to get this out because I am losing a lot of my memories. This whole side of my head, it's been swelling up on me all day long. And I am having problems thinking, I'm having problems walking, I'm having problems talking, I'm having problems remembering. The longer and the more this goes on with me not being able to do anything about it, everybody is going to get away with it. The only thing I did was speak OPP crimes, and I became a revenge retaliation victim target for it. Beware of this. I hope this is seen, and I hope this is taken serious. In OPP, I have no criminal record or history with any cop in any way, shape, or form, either prior to being shot and going through what I've been through for the past 6 years with 100% proof. Check out my other videos. I also have Facebook with a lot of pictures and videos on there as well to show and prove what is not on my YouTube as well as on my Instagram. So, including videos I've had to put out showing my tattoos for body identification purposes because of me going through drastic changes. Okay, I am gonna sign off of here. I've been going for almost a half an hour now. I live outside of Deserano, Ontario, in Lennox and Addington, Ontario. Provincial Police, LNAOPP cops named are guilty of murder and attempted murder with intent, having my mother killed, my dogs killed, full physical identity theft on me, torture crimes, mutilation, kidnapping, sex assault, false arrest, arrest refusals, extortion, file falsifications, medical treatment refusals, discrimination, medical blacklisting, accusations, threats, intimidations. Justice of the peace would be time has been bought, damage is done. One way or another, I am going to get arresting and I'm going to get charging and I'm going to bring lawsuits. I don't care one way or another. I'm going to bring lawsuits and I am going to bring charges against the police and everybody else involved regardless. You are not fucking getting away with doing this to me, and you're not getting away with killing my mother. Love all, hate none. Hit the like, share, subscribe, because my life and my bloodline do depend on this.